Welcome to the Korean Culture Center. My name is EuiJung McGillis. I'm an art historian and a curator. In celebration of 2020 Korea Week, here at the Korean Culture Center, we're having an exhibition about Hanbok. The title is Hanbok, Poetics of Line and the Passage of Life. This exhibition will be here from October the 8th till next year, February 12th. The main theme of this exhibition is, of course, it's about Hanbok, Korean traditional attire. In this exhibition, when you come to the show, you'll be able to see the Hanbok style from 100 before Common Era to the present time. Not only showing the short sketch of the transformation Hanbok, you will be able to see how Korean people celebrated our tradition and our culture and our families, friends, brothers and sisters through wearing this Hanbok culture.
Hello, I'm Ilyoung Jung Pikato. I am the exhibition designer of this 2020 Hanbok, the Poetics of Line and the Passage of Life exhibition. I'm glad to be part of this exhibition as an exhibition designer and also one who always enjoyed to introduce Hanbok to the world. So when I think about how to convey the beauty of Hanbok, the four main elements come to my mind. First is color, second is line, the third is texture, and the last element is Korean traditional patterns, which are used to decorate the Hanbok. So throughout the exhibition space, I melted these four main elements in order to show history, the meaning of passage of life, colors, leading to the modern Hanbok. I used the texture to convey the passage of life. From a baby's first birthday outfit up to various garments, I choose lami texture to divide the special life moments. Lami was the perfect material for me, since lami is a traditional material for Hanbok, but also it creates a blurry mood that represents life, which is hard to predict. The drone dedicated to the history of Hanbok was perfect to convey the line as a designer element. Since the silhouette of Hanbok has transformed according to the change of history and then society of Korea. I wanted to convey the story of how to dye organic fabrics using natural ingredients as an art form itself, because it is a long process to get the beautiful nature colors that also require passion and the patience. So I choose a type of Korean traditional art form of 8-paneled screen called Pyeongpung to deliver the design intention.
In this synoptic exhibition, visitors are invited to experience both intangible and tangible aspects of Hanbok that hold deeper meanings related to Korean identity, performing its multivalent role as a transmitter of tradition, a wearable culture, and an envoy of distinctively Korean lifestyle to the global arena. The basic separated top and bottom style of Hanbok that we are familiar with has remained unchanged since the Three Kingdoms period in ancient Korea. Today, it refers specifically to the clothing worn during the Joseon dynasty. A visual chronology of Hanbok in this exhibition aims to highlight the ways in which Hanbok portrays Korean ancestral values such as filial piety, good health, life longevity, and ritual propriety in its material representation. Hanbok, the traditional Korean attire, epitomizes a visual narrative of the country's aesthetic sensibilities, shaped by its socio-cultural customs and values, transcending the nation's long history. Nowadays, hanbok being worn for traditional holidays and special occasions, such as weddings or a child's first birthday, it holds deeper meanings related to Korean identity. Hanbok as a wearable culture embodies Koreans' collective aesthetics materialized in a form of garment. Its cut and patterns are donned in straight lines, which minimizes the waste of the fabric. As each piece of the fabric is being sewn together, its shape morphs into a three-dimensional, wearable sculpture that effortlessly flows along the movement of the wearer. Lines, colors, and the movements of hanbok masterfully reify both tangible and intangible attributes of Korean notion of beauty that appreciates the harmony of simplicity and visual refinement. Special occasion hanbok are designed to convey those values to celebrate milestone moments in life. For instance, a baby's first birthday, coming-of-age celebration, wedding ceremony, and funeral. As a transmitter of Korean tradition, hanbok represents the continuum of these secular moral tenets, which has provided a strong sense of belonging to Korean people throughout the history. In this exhibition, we have a reproduction of a late 19th century 8-panel screen from the Joseon Dynasty, which illustrates the scenes celebrating these milestone moments. It was originally made as an 8-panel screen. The rest 4 panels depict the consecutive scenes of the 4 themes on display. Inspired by highly stylized depiction of women in Shin Yun-bok's genre paintings of Joseon Dynasty, this anonymous painter, known as Songsu Gosa, captured an image of an ideal beauty of the period. The lady within a voluminous long skirt chima and a cropped form-fitting top chagori, exposing her bare skin through a tightened waistband, is a portrait of a highly trained female entertainer giseng. The giseng were from outcast or lower-class families, yet held an ambiguous position as innovators of the new cultural trends in the Confucian society of Joseon. Her attire epitomizes the popular style of hanbok during the late Joseon Dynasty. Playing on the variations of color contrast and lines, hanbok for both men and women reflects not only the artistic sensibilities of each period, but also the hierarchical status of the wearer in the society. In the case of women's hanbok, these social markers were specified by the silhouette and the length of chima, fabric patterns, hair accessories, and so on. The concept of tradition materialized in hanbok has been continuously transformed and reinterpreted. At times, it involves drastic modifications in fabric and design choices in order to reflect changing social norms and cultural flux without losing its distinctive Koreanness. During the country's modernization period, started in the late 19th century, for many educated women referred to as 신여성, new women, hanbok gave them an agency to claim their place in the society and to express individuality on their own terms. It was popular among 신여성, shortening their skirt length to knee-high level or using unconventional fabrics to match Western-style tops and accessories. From the Confucian philosophies of Joseon Dynasty to the vernacular beliefs and meanings instilled in the choice of colors for various styles of hanbok. As a transmitter of tradition, hanbok carries the palimpsest of Koreans' shared knowledge that has been accumulated and practiced through generations. As a wearable culture, hanbok reifies the worldview of Korean people. Originated from yin-yang theory, 오방색, 5 colors, blue, white, red, black, and yellow, refer to the 5 cardinal directions in the sky. The 5 colors are symbolizing the 5 planets in the Eastern zodiac that balances the universe. Traditionally, these colors are obtained by concocting various natural ingredients such as gromel roots, indigo plant roots, the petals of marigold, and the fruits of gardenia. They are ubiquitous in the local mountains and fields in Korea. It is believed that the auspicious energy emanated from those 5 colors could ward off evil spirits or deflect misfortunes. For that reason, 오방장 두루마기, shown here, 5-colored outer coat, was favored as a baby's first birthday outfit. These vernacular practices of meaning-making through colors demonstrate Koreans' reverence towards nature and emphasis on harmonious life. This exhibition also offers an ingenious exploration of cultural history through the presentation of the exquisite traditional accessories of hanbok, hair ornaments, hats, and shoes. A norige is an accessory that hangs from women's hanbok jogori or chima. It has 4 parts: 근목, cords, 띠돈, clip, 패물, the main ornament, and 술, tassels. 놀이개 with 1 pendant are called 단작 놀이개, and the ones with 3 pendants, 삼작 놀이개. As an amulet, 놀이개 were embellished with symbols of luck, eternal youth, wealth, and many sons. 놀이개 were often bequeathed from one generation to the next among the upper-class women in pre-modern Korea. 비녀, hairpin, is an ornamental hairpin used to hold the shinyeong in place. It varies in its material, shape, and color. For instance, 용잠, hairpin with a dragon head, 비취잠, green jade hairpin, and 금잠, which is gold hairpin. 비녀 used to be worn by all genders until the end of Goryeo dynasty, which is around 900 to 1300. Since then, it became an item exclusively for women. Chikoji, ornamental hairpin, is an ornament used to decorate ladies' chignons. Any number of the various chikoji can be vertically inserted into a chignon. Popular designs of chikoji are chrysanthemum, lotus bud, plum blossoms, butterfly with flowers, the peaches of immortality, and phoenix. 배씨, 배씨댕기, both are hair ribbons. It's a diamond or round-shaped headdress for young girls. It is placed on the middle of the parted hair, and the cord is braided through the hair on each side of the head. A gat is a traditional hat for men worn along with hanbok in pre-modern Korea. It is made from horsehair with a bamboo frame and partially transparent black or white in color. Gakun is made of fabric, jade, coral, or agate. During the Joseon dynasty, black gat could be worn by men who passed the state exam 과거. Commoners wore a variant of gat, parengi, which is a hat woven with split bamboo. 태사해 are low-cut men's shoes made of leather and silk. 흑해 is a different type of 태사해. 주바위 is a traditional winter cap with ear flaps for women, and it's made of silk. It was worn by both the upper-class women and the commoners as a decorative headgear in pre-modern Korea. 당의 is a court women's jacket. It was worn by the upper-class women as a formal outfit. It has been worn for a baby girl's first birthday. ayam is a traditional winter cap for women. It was worn by all genders in the early Joseon dynasty. In the late Joseon dynasty, it was mostly worn by the commoners, especially by giseng, female entertainers. This exhibition has several components, several sections filled with different elements of hanbok that you can experience. Some parts talk about chronology of hanbok, how hanbok has transformed throughout the history, and also how Korean people honored and celebrated milestone moments in life by wearing different styles of hanbok. And some parts of this exhibition, actually, a decent chunk of this exhibition is dedicated to contemporary style hanbok and how Korean people now interpret how they wear hanbok with contemporary flair. We have a dance, national dance company's performance showing here to show featuring that lines and colors of hanbok along with traditional Korean music, and that will set the whole scene, set the mood for this exhibition actually. because it shows that how tradition and modernity and then contemporary notion of beauty, they're all integrated together into a different form, performance form. So you will be able to see that here when you come to visit this exhibition. And also, as you can see behind me right there, we have a stage, so to speak, and showing that the passage of life, our life from the beginning of the birth to the end of our chapter, our last chapter. Korean people wore a different style of hanbok to yes, honor the moments and celebrate the moments, and then pass down the tradition we cherish to the future generations. And also, there are five different colors, main colors were used, frequently used to make hanbok. And we dedicated some section to understand why those colors are so meaningful to Korean people and how we obtain those colors, which is made through natural dyeing process. And you will be able to see that as well. And another section dedicated to contemporary hanbok as well. And the reason why we dedicated few sections to contemporary hanbok, one of the reasons is that hanbok is not just something that we preserve in the museum or something happened and died in the past. Actually, hanbok is alive and live together, and we are honoring our present moment and think about the past, and we are picturing our future through wearing this our tradition. That's why we wanted to make sure that this contemporary section is alive and well. When Ilyoung, exhibition designer, and I started to conceptualize the hanbok exhibition, we came across the image of a portrait of a beauty attributed to Songsu Gasa. We were able to create our poster from this image, and this beauty, her dress, fits right into the chronology of women's hanbok. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the exhibition. If you come to the show in person, on your way out, we have a little gift for you. It's a Korean traditional quilted wrapping cloth kit. And when you go home, please go online and log on to our website, and you'll be able to see the instruction video. Watching your video, you'll be able to make, and you will learn how to make traditional wrapping cloth. And also, that video shows how to wrap gifts in traditional Korean way. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.